Okay, so this is a response to all of the recent success that we've seen. Um, we're still a new group. A lot of people don't know that. We're not even a year old. Uh, and a lot of people from different states have contacted us, people from different organizations, and they want to know how it is that we're doing what we're doing and kind of the structure and how it is we've been able to organize this. So, um, I'm going to go ahead and break down our structure and let everybody know how we do what we do. That way, if you're interested, you can set up your own Unite, Illinois, Indiana, or maybe just your community. And it doesn't even have to have that name. You can have your own name, it could be whatever. Um, but it's a structure that's worked for us, and we have a couple of guiding principles that keep us going. And so here it is. Uh, One of the first things that we do or did was we all got together as members from different organizations. Everybody was strangers to each other. For the most part, there's a few people over here that know each other, a couple people over here that know each other, and what we did was we all came together. Now, some of these folks, they protest different things or they rally for different things and set up promotions and flyers and get advertisement and sponsorship and things like that. Um, because of that, they uh, may be geared towards one thing. Or there's a group that has, say, like if it's a militia that we work with, and they've been helping with the food drives, so they come out and say, hey, 3%ers here, or the one guy from Ohio Patriot Bikers, I believe is what it is, OPB. Um, they, they've come out, hey, I want to help do a food drive too. So what we've done was this happens on the agreement of a couple of things. Everyone is allowed to protest for whatever it is they want. You can rally for whatever you want. You can get petitions signed, um, and here's how you do it. Unite Ohio consists of members from different groups, and so someone comes along, maybe they're on the outside, or maybe it's something that one of us had heard about. Either way, it gets brought up in the group chat where we're all on in a group chat on Facebook, and we discuss. Okay, here's what it is. Say it's Common Core. So everyone kind of goes around and says, hey, I'm interested in that. I'm interested in that. So am I. And then maybe one person, and that's not the case, but maybe one person says, okay, that's really not my thing. That's not my niche. Then the rest of those people that are interested in it say, okay, what do we have? And even that person that's not interested may contribute something to that, or they may stay working on what they're working on. If these people represent different groups and they're the leaders of those groups, then they would say, we would all come together, and that's what we do. We have a constant group chat going, so we're in constant contact. We say, hey, here's what's going on. We need, do we want to do a food drive for this Marine veteran's family? And, him and his family, they just need simple stuff, just, simple around the house stuff. And everyone's going to get on board with something like that. So everybody says, yeah, all right, let's set up a date. Let's set up a time and then make a page or an event about it on Facebook. It's an event through Unite Ohio. And so we set it up, we advertise it. We're all members of all these different groups, and all these groups are related. You're not going to find a group that's doing weird stuff, protesting weird stuff. All these groups, we're looking for patriots, and that includes people that are protesting, against the federal government and against state government, and because they're Americans too. They're here, they're citizens, they have a voice, and everyone's allowed to protest their own thing. That's fine. We end up helping each other if we do a food drive, and you have 3% irregulars, 350, 345th Southern Brotherhood, Columbus Freedom Rally, Anonymous, Forgotten Country, the core members of Unite Ohio. They'll be holding the Unite Ohio banners. Ohio Patriot Bikers. All these different groups know about the food drive that's happening. So everybody comes out with their sign. Ohio Patriot Biker food drive, 3% food drive. It's the same food drive. We're all helping that same family. So, and you're also promoting your organization. So we're all about that. We're all about promoting local businesses. Thank you, Flag Lady on North High Street. And Live Truth Radio, those guys help us out. We try to help them out. The Big Plantation, they were the first ones to have us on their show, and so we're always trying to get their name out there. Look those guys up. I think it's thebigplantation.com, livetruthradio.com. Infowars, Mikhail, thank you so much. He is also helping, and he's always kind of watching and seeing what's going on with us, and so that's what we do. We try to promote everybody. We're just trying, look, if you come under this fold, then, to work with us, we're going to promote you. We're going to help you out. And then say there's a rally, right? Well, this group has anti-Common Core. And, excuse me. And this group is End the Fed, the Fed Reserve. And this group is, Overpasses for America. And then this group is, they're chanting for Ron Paul. Well, that's all great, and it brings Republicans and Democrats together. It brings people of all races together. It brings families out. So you got people of all ages, because we're all here together. We're all here together. It's kind of based upon the philosophy of there's a club and we're not in it. And, we're just the average folks. We're just the normal people that we're working hard. We're blue collar. We're white collar. So we've got the advantage of all of these people from all these different groups working in all these different ideologies that are working for the same thing. The eventual goal is standing shoulder to shoulder, with your the people in your community, right? So if everybody, if folks in a city in Indiana do this, and the folks that have contacted us from the different states, Kentucky, West Virginia, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, all these different, and North Carolina, I believe, or maybe South Carolina. It was one of the Carolinas. This is what we want everybody to do. It has nothing to do with ego, and it has nothing to do with what people believe personally, other than understanding we all see the country headed in a bad direction. We're not going to rely on government to make it better. We can do it ourselves. So we will. And we, go into our communities and we see that there's a problem, like a family that needs help. They're having it rough. They need food. So we went out there. We helped them out. We've done that for a couple of families now. We actually have a little bit of food stores so that we can continue to do that. And, we want to help folks. And then for families that want to be involved in militia, they don't know anything about militia. What is that about? What is that? Is that a bunch of gun-toting idiots running around drinking beer and all this? No, they're the blue-collar working stiffs, the white-collar working stiffs, the moms and the dads. So they come out with their kids, and the kids get taught, stuff like, I would imagine, say, Boy Scout stuff like that. Little cool things they can do to learn, things about the land and stuff like that. So then there's also like self-defense classes, and then there's also stuff about horticulture and polyculture and stuff like that. So a lot of farmers, a lot of folks, that are willing to help their communities, and that's what they do. They reach out, and everybody, from all of our different groups, everyone's doing something in their community. Then we hold a rally, and everybody comes out, and everybody holds their signs. So you get to promote your group, and then you're doing it because everybody believes, like I said, you see the country headed in a wrong direction. We're not going to sit here and rely on these entities and everything that want us to file paperwork. Forget that. We can do it ourselves. And it's just as simple as you set the date, you set the time, let people create their own groups, let people that don't want to be in any group, they're not in any group. They just come out and they help. And everyone gets to knowing each other, everyone gets to meeting each other. And then this, for us especially, this community has just gone, and it's because we all see the same thing. This isn't about some political slant. This isn't about whatever people want it to be about. It's exactly what you think it is. Folks see things heading in a bad direction in the country, and now we want to protect ourselves with as much information as we can. With everything we can, and we're trying to be more aware of the world around us, and get organized. And what I mean by more aware of the world around us is being politically engaged. We pay attention to what's going on, what's being voted on, things like that. And people are just doing that naturally. They understand. And then some people are so busy in activism that it's constant organization and networking, and we rely on other people to tell us what's going on in Hong Kong and just the different parts of the world. So but you create a network, and it's like creating another family of people that are all like-minded, all concerned about the same things. Families come out and meet each other, and then you guys go and rally together and do food drives together, and it's all to help, and it helps the community. I'm sure if you know somebody in your community, say a neighbor or somebody that needs help, right? So then you get this group together, organized, and they're willing to print up flyers and hold signs. And that's kind of the bulk of the work. And then, making phone calls and maybe networking on Facebook. So, that's what we've done. And that's what has worked for us. First, we come together and we get the people that are like-minded. There are all kinds of folks that are going to feel all kinds of different ways. But when, you ask them, hey, do you trust the federal government? Do you trust the United States government? And they kind of, there's a uniform answer. Really, everybody says no, or I trust them to screw me over in some kind of a way, taxes or regulation or fees or whatever. We all see what's going on. The American people have been sold a bit short. Our veterans are definitely being sold short. We can pick up our own communities. We don't have to rely on government. We don't need them. We don't have to deal with all of that. We can, for what we're trying to do, especially, we have, all of the capability right here. Almost everybody has a computer. I mean, a handheld phone is a computer. And you can get done everything that we're getting done. And if there's any questions, please contact us. Let us know how better I can explain things. What questions do you have? We're not going to pretend like what's worked for us is going to work for everybody, but you just get the like-minded people. You're not going to get everybody. If you're willing to hold a sign and speak out, and whatever it is you're thinking, whatever it is you're believing, then usually that takes enough. Even if you're one person, so many people will see you. It's time. Is how we feel here in Ohio. So we put up this pilot program, so to speak, Unite Ohio, and then it's just seen incredible success very quickly. It's surprised all of us. None of us thought we were going to get to this point like this, especially this quickly, if we did it all, because it was just an idea. So yeah, you have your groups and your individuals, and you, as your organization, you announce, hey, we're going to hold a rally for this place at this time. You contact all the groups around you. You get on Facebook, go to groups, look up all the like-minded groups that are doing, Common Core, anti-Monsanto, whatever it is, and you know, uh, get together with them, contact them. Hey, we want to, set up this event and go out, and and then you head out there and bring bullhorns and bring signs, and you're not there to yell at people. This is about saying, hey, do you know? Well, maybe you are there to yell at people. We have found that that's not the best way to do things. We actually go out and say honest things that brings people together, like, hey, do you know who doesn't want us to come together? Do you know who's scared to death to see white people and black people come together? United States government. You know, you bring those two forces together. I mean, they're so disunified right now. But if they saw fit to be, just come together and say, hey, we have this common enemy that has the Department of Homeland Security bringing illegals in, completely betraying all of us. That affects all of us. What's going on in the country affects all of us. The ruling class, they don't care. They don't care if you vote. They don't care if you don't vote. The Bush election should have taught everybody that. You know, if your voting works, then why are we in the state that we're in? So we kind of see, like, not everybody feels that way. That's more me, but we feel like if there's changes to be made, we're gonna be the ones to make them. It's time for the American people to stand up and do it themselves. We're not going to rely on anybody. We're going to find the people ourselves. We're going to do the work ourselves. That's how this will get done. That's how Americans have always gotten it done. It's no different now. We're just carrying a really long tradition. And you let people be who and what they are. Don't restrict people unless they're impolite. If someone's being disrespectful, have them packing on down the road. Or give them a warning. Say, hey, you need to be cool. And a lot of times people will chill out. They realize it's not the same atmosphere. Um, Plus we got people that will sit there and substantiate our points in a very articulate manner. We have some women in our group that, it's like they were born for one purpose, and it was to articulate beautifully. Lord knows you do not want to argue with these women. They're just too intelligent, and it's incredible to have them on our side because they really understand what they're talking about. We've got people that research, it's crazy. And that's what they do. That's what they're naturally inclined to do. That's what they want to do. So, to have them in our fold is amazing, but everybody in their own community, I don't care what state you're in, that's what you do. Everyone has their aptitude, everyone has their talent, everyone's got their niche. So you let them have their niche, give them their niche, say, cool, that's what you do. Hey, I'm a really good networker. I can really contact different people. I'm really good at knowing how to reach out to people, and I can, talk to folks on the phone and stuff. All right, great. That's perfect. This is the project we have coming up. We want to see if there's a law concerning this, and this. Like, we've been trying to look up for November the 5th when we get down there to the State House. We've got so many groups. This should be a really big showing. And we got a lot of people coming down, so we want to know, and we'll have militia there too, so we want to know when the last time we had armed militia at the State House during peacetime. Well, if there's somebody who knows a historian or knows how to contact a really good historian, then we can find that out. And, so like I said, everybody's got their niche, and that's all you're asking them to do, is to bring their aptitude to the table, what they're already inclined to do and what they're already good at. Everyone's got their gifts, so just have them bring aboard. This has transcended the Republican and Democrat party lines a long time ago. This is about the American citizenry and the American ruling class. And all we're really asking for is to get things back to normal. We're not asking for anything crazy. This is just, can we... There we go. It was a horrible glare. I apologize. yeah, we just want to get back to where we're not being taxed and regulated into oblivion. We want our country back. We want our border to be a sovereign border, not an imaginary line. Just, and all the different arguments that people have for that kind of stuff, bring them to us. Period. Just bring them to us. We've got a team of people that will own those Ivy League nitwits in no time. They want to say Americans are racist. You know, if Americans were racist against the Mexican people, we wouldn't go there on vacation and spend dollars by the billions. We wouldn't have Taco Bell and Chi-Chi's and all these other Mexican. We freaking love Mexico. We would love the food and the culture, and it's crazy. And I think Ricky Martin's from there. He was a big hit. I mean, we like Spanish folks. We just like Latin American people. Everything, cool cultures. I mean, so the racist thing is old and tired. That doesn't work. But yeah, I mean, we have a lot of truth we can stand on. Quite honestly, the government does most of our work for us. So, that's how we've done it. That's how we've instituted our structure is Unite Ohio is the banner for all of those groups. And basically all that means is this group says, hey, we have this event at this date. And then we announce it to all of the groups. We help promote, we help advertise, we get the word out, and then we go and we do the rally with them, and we show up and they're there and we're there and other groups are there, and that's what makes it work. It's going to take all of us. It's going to take all of us, and we stand to lose if we don't come together. It's just that simple, and we're going to keep preaching it, and it's working. It is really working. People are really coming out and they see what we see. We're I'm sure, people, government, whatever would like to label us as all kinds of things from here to Sunday. Fact is we're moms and dads. We live here, lived here our whole lives, and we want our country to be better. And we're tired of relying on government and all their programs and institutions and all these different agencies they're destroying this country, and we're sick of it. So we're going to help it. We're going to fix it ourselves. And, if that makes waves, good. Because then that means we stood up for something and we believed in something. So thank you guys. Thank you to everyone. Thank you also to everyone that helped us with our last food drive. I hadn't had a chance to do a video thanking everyone yet. Thank you, 3%. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Heather. Thank you. I can't remember. I feel so horrible now. I was trying to think of the gentleman's name from the Ohio Patriot Bikers. Jeffrey. Jeffrey, super nice guy. Super nice guy. And man, he was the one getting most of the donations. You would think the scary guy, right? And leather chaps and everything. He's got patches, all this stuff. No, man. No, people were like, he did an excellent job. He got most of the donations. He found the area. He was talking to people. Man, he really did a really good job. That guy was top notch. He was getting more than anybody. So, thank you, Central Ohio. Not just for the response that Unite Ohio is getting, and the 3% militias have gotten enrollment like you wouldn't believe, because everyone thought they were a bunch of crazy people and then found out like, oh, I work with that guy. He wears a suit. So, all this enrollment that's just flooding in. We believe that this can work in the other states, in the other cities. We want to help. If there's a way that we can help, please contact us. Get on the Unite Ohio page and let us know. And thank you again, everybody. All the groups, all the people who were out for the food drive. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And I hope this helps. And I'll be doing more videos. And I think this weekend, actually, I'll be doing a live discussion. I think that's Sunday. So, all right. Thank you, guys. Bye. Once I can find this.